All the little details are all really going to matter on the happiest day of your life. And I'm thinking, surely, if there's one day where the little details don't matter, it's the happiest day of your life. If ever there's going to be a day where you're just going to let shit slide, it's the day you're distracted by how ecstatically happy you are. It's the happiest day of my life. I can't believe it's finally here. But his tie doesn't match her shoes. It's wrecked. I'm going home. It's the happiest day of my life. I found her. I found the woman I love more than I ever even thought it possible to love another human being. And I'm standing up in front of the people she likes the best and the people she likes the best of the people I know. Reese really liked that one, Claire. I just want to tell you, he's really liked that. But that's a happy day. Who cares if someone had the bad taste to put the wrong kind of flowers on the table centers? On a really happy day, little details do not matter. Case in point, right? I'm telling you this because it's a fact that helps my argument. I'm not trying to show off. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just telling you this to prove a point, okay? 13 years ago, in Adelaide, Australia, I had sex with 2 women at the same time. I know I don't strike you as the type, but it happened. Here's the thing, though. I can't tell you for the life of me what I had for dinner that day. Which brings me to another point. The happiest day of your life, getting married. Really? Maybe if you're 18 and the happiest thing that's happened to you so far is you passed your driving test. But if you're 36 and your bride is 35, it's really more of an admission that the happiest days of your life are behind you. Honey, I know I can't do any better than you, and you're not getting any younger. Let us put frivolity and joy to one side. She's a very funny woman, my wife, very funny woman. Like the practical joker. When I asked her to marry me, she said no for a joke. Huh? Isn't that funny? I like to think I know a thing or two about funny, and that's very, very funny. I asked her to marry me, she said no, for a laugh. Ah, ha, ha, ha. We were in a restaurant, and I remember the whole thing vividly. Here's another damning indictment as well on the state of our relationship. She told me this afterwards. Apparently, she knew I was going to ask her to marry me that day because, quote, I'd been really nice to her all day. Kind of feel a bit bad about that. We were in a restaurant. I remember I kept trying to get the conversation round to the subject of us. You know, and where we're going in our relationship and that sort of thing. Because you can't just go from a standing start to a proposal. You can't just go, you know, how's your dessert? Marry me? It's got to be a bit of finesse. And if you do, lads, try not to make it sound as needy as I just did there. Save a drowning man. That's not safe. We were in a restaurant, and I'm trying to get it, onto that subject, onto that, you know, subject of conversation. She, however, had had about 3-4 glasses of white wine at this point. And Wurzel had his talking head on. She would not shut the hell up. And it wasn't that she just kept talking, she kept interrupting me and changing the subject. It was a baby, you and me. It was a children's TV program, never really cared for it, more of a hell. Don't you know me at all? I mean, as a couple of tequilas, shots, whiskey, what do you want? Shut up! After 20 minutes of trying to talk about us and where we're going in our relationship and what the next step of our relationship should be, and her wanting to talk about anything but our relationship, I began to think, wow, this must be what it's like to be the woman in a relationship. Anyway, the old switcheroo. Anyway, eventually, I get it onto the subject of us long enough to pop the question. I go, I'm asking you to marry me. And she says, no. And I say, what? On the outside. On the inside, I'm going, you what? And then she says to me, I swear to you, with tears rolling down her rosy Derbyshire cheeks, as she theatrically pushed the ring back across the table towards me, she goes, I can't marry you. And I went, oh. And she went, I'm only joking. What a beezer of a jape. Hey, what a top-hole A-grade wheeze. That's some funny shit right there. Ladies, Not everybody's comedy show has to have a moral or a message or a meaning, but if mine had one, it would probably be something along the lines of, for Christ's sake, don't ever do that. And it's not just because it's mean, because it's not the meanest thing you could do. The meanest thing you could do would be to do the opposite. That would edge it from meanness, wouldn't it? Will you marry me? I'd love to. Psych! That would be mean. I'll be good. But if you're going to say yes, just say it. And say it quickly. No for a laugh, bullshit. Because not only is it not funny, not only is it mean, also, you'll be surprised how quickly a man's mind can work under stressful conditions. And you don't want his brain going the place it's going to go. From the time she says, I can't marry you, I was off. Like, oh, she doesn't want to marry me. That's a shame. I thought I was in there. Well, we may as well break up. Not a lot of point in continuing with what is quite clearly a farce of a relationship. I suppose I could buy her out of the house. Maybe we could sell the house, split the money down the middle. Get myself a little bachelor pad in the West End of London. Have the lads round for drinks every night. God, it's been ages since the lads came round for drinks, hasn't it? Yeah. Maybe not even London. Maybe I'll move back to Ireland or move up to Scotland. Oh, you know what? I'll go to the States. I'll call that agent that I met in Montreal. Get that ball rolling. Go to LA. Try and break the States. To hell with LA. I'll go to Vegas. I'll become a lounge act. I won't make a lot of money, but I'll shag dancing girls every day and take drugs every night. I'll be dead by the time I'm 50, but I'll have a laugh. I'll do what I like. I'll do whatever the hell I want with my life. I'm only joking. Oh. Thank you very much.